Our Story Productions presents Martin County on TV, spotlighting the organizations, businesses, and citizens who are making a difference in our community today. And with interviews and stories done by local television shows over the last 25 years, here you're sure to learn more about the county we call home. Get ready, for this is Martin County on TV. This is Jeff Rouse here, executive producer of Our Story Productions. As I've shared with you before, we hope you've been enjoying our latest adventure, Martin County on TV. We're excited to share, in addition to our interviews of businesses and organizations, we'll be adding some new segments that cover subjects that include upcoming events, health, and even some commentary. However, as everyone knows, COVID-19 is still with us. Therefore, we have decided to postpone new production for the next few weeks. We will continue to share flashback segments from television shows produced in our community over the last 25 years, not to exclude some of the more whimsical segments we at Our Story Productions have produced in years gone by. Now it's time for
Martin County on TV Flashback.
I was in Good News Bookstore a few weeks ago, and I came across a book by one of our area residents. It was Talk to Me, Grandpa, Talk to Me by Dawn Bernstrom, Fullerton. I was so delighted to find it. Today we'll be chatting with Dawn, but first we're going to see Glenn here at Good News Bookstore.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing fine and glad to have you here.
Nice to see you, Glenn. Now, when did you first get this book? When did it come in?
Well, Dawn came in November of last year, 2007, and said it was coming out soon, so I think we got it right away almost. So we had it around Thanksgiving time, I think.
Excellent. And where did you find to put it? What section is it in?
Well, with the nature of it, we put it in the sympathy section or the grieving section because it deals with talking about the grief that children might experience.
Thank you so much. It's good talking with you. I always feel so comfortable here.
Well, thanks.
Okay. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Cathy. I just got back from talking to Glenn, and I got a chance to see your book on the bookshelves at Good News Bookstore. It was really fun to see it there.
That was pretty exciting for me. I took a lunch break one day, or on my lunch break, I went over there just to look at my book on a real shelf in a real bookstore.
Well, I wanted to ask you about the book. Why did you write this book?
This particular book came from a comment that my daughter made when she was 3.5 at the time of my dad's death. And the phone rang, so she went to, my husband answered the phone, and he said, "It's Grandpa, do you want to talk?" And she yanked that phone out of his hand and yelled into the receiver, "Talk to me, Grandpa, talk to me." And I knew that it was the other grandpa, because obviously my grandpa was dead, but I knew what she was, or my dad was dead, but I knew what she was thinking. And I just thought that would just be a great book someday.
And that's the title.
And that's the title.
Yep, that's the title. I wanted to show that. That is the title of the book. Talk to me, Grandpa, talk to me. And so was the process long?
Yes. My dad died in 1990, so it's been muddling around in my head since then. Once I actually got the contract, or got all the details worked out, it was still about 15 months before the book actually came out looking like this. So from the time I sent them the initial draft and it came out as a book, it was about 15 months.
You mentioned it's a picture book, and there are wonderful photos as well as illustrations in there.
Only 2 of them in the book were intentional that I took because I thought they needed to go with the script that I had written or with the text. The others were just ones that I took out of our photo albums. I love to take pictures, and so I pulled them out and fiddled around with the pictures that I had, and it worked pretty good. The illustrations, the trees that go with all the seasons, my daughter did those, and I had asked her to do a tree and then just change the look of the leaves for the different seasons. As it worked, I used the different seasons on every page that was about that season. So the winter tree gets a lot of press because because my dad died in the winter, so there was a lot of story that goes with his death and the funeral.
So that really brings us up into how you meant the book to be used, because the seasons of the year and death are
That one was just kind of an inspiration about halfway through.
Do you get any feedback about the subject matter? It's pretty mature for little children.
Whenever I have read the book, and it hasn't been a lot, but I've read it to a couple of small groups of children, and I've read it to several adults, the reaction has always been so encouraging for me. Even with no children around, adults will say, "How can you read through it? It just makes me cry." And so I know that it touches them. And when I've read it to children, they want it read again.
And those events do happen in children's lives. You had said something to me on the phone that I thought was awfully worth hearing, and that was about children, if you don't give them answers, how they come up with their own conclusions. Do you want to share that?
Well, exactly. I think that lots of times we do not give children the benefit of their understanding. And we think we need to shelter them from especially difficult things. And we need to not talk about it so much and not dwell on it. We want them to have a happy, normal childhood without worries. But death is normal. And so when they see us reacting, even when they go to a funeral and try to figure out what's going on, if we don't explain some things to them or at least talk about it, they will make up their own answers. And so most of the book is my daughter Bethany's comments that she made surrounding my father's death. And they're really quite humorous. They're children's concepts, but it's a wonderful insight into how they actually think and what's going on. Her favorite thing was heard several people say, "Grandpa's in heaven with Jesus." And she looked for Jesus everywhere. And one piece that did not get in the book, when my Aunt Amy received a copy, she said, "Oh, and I remember walking on the night of the visitation, I remember coming to the door, and there was Bethany at the door meeting me, and she says, with her big brown eyes, 'Is Jesus with you, Aunt Amy?'"
It's always so fun to talk on, and
Thank you.
I think this is an important book. I really do. I think that this is a season that children go through. Either they have to prepare for it that's coming in the future, or they've already experienced it, and I think it's really a worthwhile book.
Well,
Thank
I
you.
hope so.
This is Cathy Hounshell for our story, Spirited Away. Thanks for watching.
Martin County on TV Flashback.
Hi, I'm Professor J. Von Tron. Welcome to our story, Moments in Time. Join me as I travel back in time in the Our Story time machine. I have no idea how far we will go, only that time machine stops to observe events that will become part of our story. Excuse me, sir. You look awfully familiar.
Well, I don't recognize you, and I don't recognize what this thing is.
Well, it's a new kind of automobile. So, where are we and what year is it?
It's February 1902, and that's the Fairmont Opera House right over there. Just opened today.
Huh. How much did that building cost?
Well, after 72 shareholders pulled some money together, it cost about $21,000. But it took Frank Day since 1899, so about 3 years to get people together just to get this done.
How much were the tickets to go to something like the Opera House?
Well, they were kind of spendy. $5 for the show, but boy, was it a good show.
How many attended?
Oh, it was roughly about 400 people. Pretty close to capacity. I thought it was well attended. I'm sure Mr. Day's pretty happy about it.
So who's this Frank Day guy?
Frank Day? Well, he's the editor of the newspaper here in town, the Fairmont Sentinel. Well, he was the one that started out wanting this building so bad and finally got enough people together to do it.
So is there a lot of support for this Opera House?
Well, there wasn't initially, but eventually Frank Day, like I said, talked to a few shareholders and they pulled all their money together. Frank Day wrote an article about a week and a half ago in the paper and mentioned that every businessman, every professional man, every school teacher, anyone that owned $1,000 worth of real estate needed to buy a ticket to the opening show. If they didn't, they weren't a true Fairmonter.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. So what was the first show at the Fairmont Opera House?
First show was The Chaperones. I thought it was okay, but a lot of people seemed to like it.
So why would they open the Opera House in the middle of winter?
Well, the farmers were done with everything and just seemed like a likely time to do it. And they got it finished about that time, so That's the closest they could to open it.
What other events happen at the Opera House?
Well, just right now they just have shows, but who knows what they'll use it for. Frank Day wanted it because he said it would create community pride and would be an entertainment venue for all ages. Well, I better get going. The missus doesn't look too happy, especially since I'm sitting here with you in this crazy little thing.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well, thanks, mister, for all the information that I need.
No problem. Come back for the next show.
Okay, I will. Well, this has been quite the day. I will go back to the lab and make a few minor adjustments. Join me next time on Our Story, Moments in Time.
Martin County on TV Flashback.
Welcome to Where's That Business? Tonight from Maui. No, that was Wheel of Fortune a couple weeks ago. Keep watching us though, folks, out there in TV land, because one of these days, you keep talking to your friends, we will be on the Big Island doing this show. And as soon as they give me Vanna White, that is, we have defending champion from Fairmont, Alice Nowicki from Anchor Uniform, back to defend her traveling trophy. Let's meet our contestants. Our first contestant here on the left is Lori Huffman from Enderson Clothing for Men and Women. Is that correct, Lori? Okay. And so how are things at Enderson's? Are you gearing up now for the big holiday season?
That's right. We're ready for the cold.
Full swing? You're ready for the cold. You've got the jackets in, you've got the wool socks, you've got the long johns, the whole bit, huh?
Yep, we're prepared.
Okay, well that's great. And next to Lori in the middle is Dave McKnight from McKnight Video Productions. How you doing, Dave? Welcome.
Yes.
Tell me a little about McKnight Video Productions.
Well, I've been in Fairmont and doing this for about 7 years now, I think, and I help Mr. Abbott's out quite a bit, and everybody in the community knows me more by ACAM than they do anything else.
By ACAM, okay.
Yep.
ACAM, he's the ACAM. All right. Well, Alice, welcome back. We're glad to have you back.
My pleasure.
And how are things at Anchor Uniform in Fairmont and Mankato?
Very well, thank you.
Uniform business is going brisk?
Yes.
Yes.
Very. A lot of new styles, colors.
Uh-huh.
Fun things.
That's great. Okay. Everybody, start your bells. And we are ready for the first photograph. Yes, Lori.
Bank Midwest.
You got it! Bank Midwest. Okay, and Lori has the first. Lori's got the lead. Okay, and now number 2 photo. Lori, you rank first. BP, you got it. Okay, Lori again. She's on a roll. She's on a quick roll. She's got the early lead. Okay, and here's a toughie.
Oh, I know.
Alice.
DNS trophies.
DNS trophies. Alice has one. Okay, 1 to Lori's 2. Okay, and the next. Alice.
It's the Mexican restaurant, El Agave?
El Agave, yes, the Mexican restaurant we're tied into here.
Okay.
And Dave is...
You know that?
Good year.
I thought that was too
Okay.
I don't know.
And we have a no-go on that one. Photo number 6.
Oh, I know. Oh,
Alice?
oh, the saloon. Lake Cistern Saloon.
There you go. You got it. And Alice is ahead again here. She's ahead 3 to 2.
On the wall.
You better know that.
I better know that.
We're tied, 3 apiece, Alice and Lori. Okay. No, that was Lori.
That would be me.
That was all right.
Aunt Scrappy's. Oh, Aunt Scrappy's. How long has it been at Aunt Scrappy's? That would be picture this, scrap that.
Oh, yes, and so Lori pulls ahead. Okay, and
Sorry, Deb.
our 9th photograph.
Where? JNR?
Nope.
Oh,
I don't know.
Sterling?
Ooh, nope. One more.
Walgreens?
There you go! And Alice ties it up again. Okay. Exactly. And now our 10th photo, our last photo. This is it. Yes.
Welcome Motors.
You got it!
Whoa!
Amazing! Lori! And so Lori comes ahead and takes on the traveling trophy from Alice. Sorry. 5-4, and we had one no-show on a photograph that was Graham Tire.
Oh, that's okay. We had to have a
Contestants, thank you very much for coming tonight.
Right.
That was enjoyable. It was an exciting round. And thank you for watching. Where's That Business?
Martin County on TV Flashback.
Hello, I'm Brian Peterson, the host of our story, The State of the Arts, the show that takes you behind the scenes of many of our greatest local entertainment, featuring performing artists and visual artists from many walks of life. Recently, I was the host of the first annual Starstruck Awards held at the Fairmont Film Society. This awards show was to honor many of our great local talent in the field of television production, hosting, and sponsorship. The tension was thick in the Film Society as the celebrities and guests were arriving for the awards show, and we had the great good fortune of having our very own Mr. Michael Burgraff and his lovely wife Marcia working that red carpet for us. Let's cut to Michael and see what some of those great guests had to say.
Here we are at the festive gala this evening, the Starstruck Awards at the Fairmont Film Society.
The first annual Starstruck Awards right here in Fairmont, Minnesota.
We understand a number of the nominees will be walking by us shortly. Here we are on the red carpet, and we're hoping to get a number of interviews, so please stand by for the Starstruck Awards because the stars will be shining this evening.
I think they're just about here.
Adrian! So how do you feel about being at the Starstruck Awards this evening?
It's fantastic.
Are you did you receive a nomination? Are you expecting a huge award this evening?
Actually, no, but I am going to accept an award for somebody.
You were shunned at these awards?
Yes, sadly, I was.
That's just so hard to believe with your talent and your personality that you didn't shine through at the Starstruck Awards.
Yes, it's very sad.
This must be another
This
one
is
of
my
the stars.
co-star.
This is a co-star.
So I understand you are up for 4 or 5 awards. Didn't I see you in Memoirs of a Geisha?
Yes, you did. Yes.
Excellent.
Please come our way.
We'd love to chat with you this evening. Oh, that is very sparkly.
Vera Wang.
Vera Wang. Vera Wang. So is that the designer who designed the entire ensemble?
Personal designer, yes.
Vera Wang did. And how do you feel about this evening's Starstruck Awards?
Oh, it's just going to be a fabulous time.
I'm very surprised at the amount of celebrities that we have here. I mean, we are just nothing compared to what's inside that room. It's phenomenal.
Sorensens. Oh, good evening, Sorensens. How very nice. please come forward here. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The competition's going to be very tough tonight.
I understand you've been nominated.
That's what I've heard, so I'm very excited about it.
And how are you feeling about all of this?
Well, I think Trix and I have a chance of winning.
So Trix.
Trix, yes, that's my secretary. And
I see.
Our story.
Not necessarily the woman next to you.
Talking about me?
You are. Yes, this is her.
Trix, you.
This is Trix.
It's me. I'm Trixie.
So Trix, are you up for an award this evening?
Well, I believe I am.
We are together, I believe.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. You all look marvelous. I hope the best for you. Good luck this evening.
Thank you very much.
Just keep it with Johnny. He knows what's happening.
All right. Thank you. I want to compliment Mrs. Hounshell on how wonderful her outfit looks. I'm sure. I'm sure that.
Oh, look and see. Is that the designer who did this?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Do a little spin for us here. Oh, excellent. That is wonderful.
So as presenters, have you seen anybody unexpected here tonight?
Oh, gosh. John Sorensen. I was.
Yes, he's here.
The Sorensens.
I understand they're up for an award, so.
Absolutely, and we're hoping they win, too.
Right.
Hi. So is anything up for auction this evening?
Yes.
I suppose at this point in time, almost anything's for sale, huh?
Well, just 2 kisses and a hug.
I get the hug. I get the hug.
It's pretty fun when people are fighting over kisses and hugs at this point in time. Come on in here. Ladies and gentlemen, just to prove to you that even the salt of the earth can come in and be a part of the Fairmont Film Society.
Salt, I was always told Jeff was like the gold of the earth.
It is. Farmers and farmers' wives. Brings to mind a lot of jokes, but that's not one of the categories this evening. So
this is such a wonderful evening.
Welcome to the first annual Starstruck Awards. So of the stars who've been here, who have struck you the most?
Struck me? Nobody's ever touched me. I'm too small. They don't hit me. They'll get in trouble. I'll bite them in the knee. Whatever.
How do you feel about being invited to the first annual Starstruck Awards?
I'm go ahead. Very, very honored. This is just a wonderful event to be at. Everybody looks so great.
Would you please both do us a favor and do a little pirouette for us?
Did you turn?
Ooh la la, ladies and gentlemen. And so tell us, who are your designers?
Salvation Army in Mankato. I can't disclose that name. I signed one of those sheets,
Little waiver
yes,
form, did
waiver,
you?
yes,
I
yes.
see. But please,
I don't have time to talk. Can you get that camera out of my face?
But
I don't
Mr.
have time.
Abbott, please,
Some of these folks just are so full of themselves.
I think they become a little starstruck with the evening, don't you think? Oh my! So I understand it. Well, it's a very, very competitive piece. That they're. I mean, you're the dark horse, but I'm rooting for you.
I know. I've been praying and I've been hoping and calling all the judges and offering free coffee that I can get from the Interlochen Joe. Still, bribery works.
Bribery is a wonderful thing.
I'm hoping.
And have you done anything special at home to help prepare your wife?
Took her to the beauty shop today. Couldn't you tell?
I could.
I'm actually quite sure that he was involved in this beautiful vintage dress.
Oh, please spin for us. Oh, my word.
We just have to take a look at this. Isn't that something?
I can fly.
We're excited to be part of the Starstruck Awards, and we think Jeff Rouse is doing a great job with our
We're
story.
Cautiously optimistic, but you just never know.
It's an incredible category that you're entered in.
Competing,
big stars.
competing against some big stars.
So have you had any? I just need. Have you had any chances to talk with other stars tonight that you didn't expect to get a chance to talk with?
Well, I've been watching Heidi Schloman, and just to see her in the dress she's wearing tonight, it's been a thrill.
It's awesome.
And
Stunning.
Cathy Hounshell, I hope she wins the Church Lady Award.
And what brings you to the Starstruck Awards all the way in Fairmont, Minnesota, from the great city of Blurth?
It's Janet Ruth. From the beginning, Janet Ruth has tortured me and drugged me into this entire fiasco, and here I am now on the Starstruck Awards. Watching Janet get all the praise for everything that ever was, yes. Hi, this is my loving wife. This is my loving wife, Stephanie.
You are absolutely, in a serious note, community sponsors, community givers. You're big names in this community, and thank you for everything that you do, and good luck tonight.
We do enjoy this community. It's a lot of fun here.
Brian!
Excuse me, I'm looking, Marnie Broad and I were looking for Joan Rivers. Haven't they introduced you as the Grande Dame of Fairmont? Isn't that usually what they've always said?
It's hard to follow in Annabelle Webb's footsteps.
But she was a relative, certainly.
So I try.
I think you have not only followed in her footsteps, but you have passed her up.
Thank you.
You certainly have lived longer.
Grand
All
Lady
you
of
nice
Fairmont.
young people are doing that for us.
Is that what it is?
Carrying on the
nice young
tradition.
people.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We are full up upstairs. From here on out, we're looking past the red carpet and to the awards.
And who will be the next winners on Starstruck Fairmont?
For Michael and Marcia Burgraff, your red carpet runway
host and hostess, we wish you a good night.
You can see what an exciting night that was.
Martin County on TV, Flashback.
Well, there you have it, another episode of Martin County on TV. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we welcome you to tune in again. Thank our sponsors for making this happen, and remember, it's not just the past, but the present that tells our story.